Isn't there a wet shirt scene in that one?
There is a wet shirt scene in that one. Yeah.
Welcome to amorephillyunion, the podcast where we agree that it's much better to have things decided even a week before decision day. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm Paul.
Although I guess technically it's 2 weeks, right? Or no?
Right.
Do you want to edit?
It wouldn't be us if we didn't get something wrong.
It's one game day.
It's one game day, yeah. You're right.
So you know what we meant. But get at us in the comments if you want.
Sure, why not?
Or
you can get us. We won't feel a thing.
Yeah. First, we got to check the comments first. But
yeah, well.
That's Christy's job.
Get out of here.
And then she talks up for Paul and I.
Yep.
But yeah, right. It's nice.
If you say spoiler alert, I'm going to smack you because you guys are silly with the spoiler alerts.
Oh, last week.
No, every week. It's I guess everybody's watched the game, right? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. I like to think there's some listener out there like, when I tune into the podcast, I want to find out how the Union did this past weekend. I hope they keep me in suspense. But no, it's nice being one of the fan casts of 2025 Supporter Shield winning Philadelphia Union.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Woo! This, I don't even know. I don't even know where we're going to go with this conversation because it's just like all over the place. But this, I don't know. This whole thing just feels there's more gravity to it. It just, yeah. This feels like a big deal. It is a big deal. It is a big deal. It's a huge deal. It just feels. It feels seismic.
He can't get out of his own way. Talk about it.
I will say this. So I was listening to your podcast on the way home from the airport. And it was funny because it didn't really dawn on me probably until then that this could be the game.
Yeah.
The match, the one that clinches it. So
I'll just say I think the MLS writers got this one right to let the Union celebrate at home.
And real quick sidebar, when you guys started doing the formula for success, I literally out loud said nope to the stereo. And then you said somewhere Christy's saying, I'm like, yep.
I'm still going to get that put on a mug and put it in our store. It's going to be.
But it's going to have like four different formulas. No. All of them will be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, so it was a bit of a surprise to me. Just because I don't know, I guess my head wasn't in that space, but when that came through, I was like, wow, I can't believe it could already be.
Yeah, I mean, last home game of the season, we had the tickets for it, and thanks, Paul, and and Steve while we're at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. I mean, this was such. I don't know.
Plus all the other results that went the Union's way that made it be that they needed one win in the final two games to clinch it.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of teams that were, up until 2-3 weeks ago were could have finished above the Union if they had won out.
Right.
And things didn't go that way. And the Union suddenly had an opportunity that if they got a win, they needed a win.
Yeah.
But if they got a win at home against a team that it's a good team, they could win the Shield. And man, they did. And this time the Shield actually made the trip, which was good.
Yeah, yes. I was wondering if the Shield was going to make an appearance.
I mean, part of me was kind of hoping that they would still pull the old one out of the display case. But no, I'm glad that they got to celebrate with the actual Supporter Shield this time. And and I'm glad that it was the Union celebrating on the field and not some other team celebrating on the Union's field. And obviously.
Yeah, well, and also I don't think that the old Shield would have survived the massive amounts of champagne that would have been a sodden mess on the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, think it too, historically, this does feel a little bit of exercising some ghosts in the sense of, okay, 2020 was when we won it the first time. And That was a very challenging year for everybody. And we were trying to remember. I don't think the Union were at home when they won it, right? I had to go back and double check, but I don't think it was a home game, or maybe I'm
Well,
wrong.
they definitely
You
celebrated it at home because that's why they had to get the shield to Philly.
Yeah,
They
that's
yeah.
couldn't get
true.
the
No,
shield
that's
to
true.
Philly.
That's true. But it just
Um,
felt more subdued because I don't know
I
how
think because
crowded the stadium was.
it
I don't
probably
know.
exactly.
wasn't. Yeah.
And there's definitely some people who would say that there was an asterisk on that one because we ended
Man,
up playing some teams like 4 times, 5 times that season. Wasn't it was even more of an unbalanced schedule than what it is this year.
yeah.
But there ain't no asterisk on this one, that's for
No,
sure.
this exactly. There's no arguing with this one. Yeah, and I think, I mean, we were at the game, so that just made the feel
That's what
that
I want to hear about is how crazy did it get? I mean, obviously going into it, it was the probably the biggest selling ticket the Union all season. Christy, how many tickets were reportedly sold?
19,176.
wow.
So
That's
it
more
was
than
sta
Miami FC game.
it was standing room only in
Yeah.
like the Heineken deck and the other standing room spots. Obviously all of the seats were sold out. They looked like they were fully packed.
Hmm.
I definitely was jealous that I wasn't able to make it down for the game. But I'm glad that you guys got down there to experience it. So was it loud from the beginning?
I don't know. I mean, it started off like a regular game. It felt like a regular games.
At the beginning, yeah, I would say that's true.
I do remember watching it thinking like, all right, we're going against, and I think at the time, New York, I think was in third place. I think they dropped
Yeah,
down to fifth, I think, with this
that's
loss.
accurate. Yeah.
But I remember sitting there watching, I'm like, this is basically a pre-playoff game. Like, because there's a probability that we will face New York City again in the playoffs. So this is
Yes.
kind of like a preview. That's the word, a preview of a
Hmm.
playoff game. And so, it was obviously the Union were out to win this thing. Um, New York was out to win it because they didn't win and they suffered the consequences. So it was, both teams were playing to win. But I think it was probably by the second half where you could just feel this momentum building in the crowd. I mean, it was getting louder
Yeah.
and louder. Like those last 20 minutes, we're in the midfield section, and I think like definitely by the end of the game, everybody was just standing. Like nobody was sitting.
By the very end, yeah, I would
Yeah,
I would say Sons of Ben was probably the most active I've seen
yeah,
them, and the most full I've seen
yeah.
that section because that section this season on the times I've been there seemed to be a little up and down, especially for our
Right.
supporters section.
Hmm.
I think they've never kind of got over the Sugarman moments from last year and the year before, when they were very frustrated. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so they were very very loud, but I think it sort of amped up as the game went along.
No,
Was there a
absolutely.
decent representation of NYCFC fans in the fan section for them? Did you
Yeah, I mean
notice?
there was they definitely had a guy with a drum, so they made
Yeah,
their presence known. Um,
different percussion style too.
yeah, you could pick it out over our guys, but it wasn't jam packed either, but it was decent for especially for being that close, air quotes. Um, I would say that in my head, this could be revisionist history, but I think um, it was already getting louder, and then they made some substitutions, and it became very clear just from the intonation. If you didn't even look at the sideline, just from the way the stadium announcer, um, Kevin Casey, was amping up to say who was coming in, it was very clear it was going to be Ali,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and that's when the whole place started to kind of lose their minds. Um,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
and by the whole place, I mean me and the rest of
No, it
the,
was
no,
it
but
was
it really got active, I think, after that.
yeah.
Um,
When Bedoya came out, it just the vibe went into a higher gear.
yeah, Yeah, I mean, he got.
That was in the 81st minute, according to
Yeah.
Phillies.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean, it
late in the
was
game.
already building, but like that, I mean, people were standing, us and other people were standing up, but for him, and try not to get too cocky because you
Mhm.
never know.
Hmm.
And NYCFC made their effort. They definitely pushed there at the end and had that one goal called off for
Yeah.
offside and all. And yeah, it
That
was
was a
that.
heart-sinking moment.
Yes.
That was when I kind of saw your head go down a little bit. E. Or just that reaction of like
Of course. Of
like
course.
that
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
The
Um,
MLS writers can't leave well enough alone. They gotta,
right, right. So, and then immediately you started pointing and you're like, it's offside! It's
yeah.
offside!
I was so happy to see it, the sideline ref with that flag up. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it was, yeah, the game felt monumental. It really did. I don't know. I don't know if I was too nervous. I mean, once we got that first goal, I started feeling a little bit more confident, little less worried. Um, and I was so happy that Orr scored. I mean, it feels like he's been, late in the season, but he's been coming through, right? He's been clutch, and hopefully that just continues, into the playoffs here. And I'm just happy for him because he's a scorer, and if you're not scoring, you're not happy. So,
I'm pretty sure that my face looked like I was the defendant in a trial.
okay.
I really felt like it was very invested in this whole thing. I mean, silly to say, I guess, but I had to remind myself that had they lost, they weren't like out of everything.
Yeah,
In my head, this was it. This was like, I had gone from, yeah, we're going to a game tomorrow to like, this is the game, like
yeah,
in the space of like 24 hours. So,
yeah.
not even realizing like, well, they could still win at Charlotte and it would be fine. But it was, they were at home, all the people, Allie, Quinn, everything just, right there. It's just much better. So,
Yeah.
can't even get out sentences still.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, um, and I got a text from Scoops, right after the game. It just said, "Yay, we won!" It's very
That's a
cute.
good sign when she's using the plural we pronoun,
We we and exclamation points. That's
Yeah.
a big text to get. So,
Yeah.
Although for Scoop, she may have just been using the royal we.
well, it's true. She's part cat. So,
No, so let's talk about
Yeah.
that's
good.
the
Yeah.
ending of the game. So, obviously the game started off. Anybody who's watched the highlights, New York, they had some opportunities
They
early.
did.
And the Union looked a little shaky to begin with. Union were certainly more than happy to let New York have the ball. What was the final possession stat you pulled up there, see?
39% Union.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that meant 61% possession for
It
NYCFC.
didn't totally feel like it though, because
No,
I thought the Union did a good job with the counter attack. So it didn't feel like New York City had the ball all the time, but
I would have had us on the lower percentage, but not that low,
yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost 50% more possession than what we
Yeah.
had. So more than 50%. Um, but let's just jump to the goal. I mean, as much of it was back and forth, and it was, like you said, definitely a playoff atmosphere.
Hmm.
You know, the opportunities, one of the things that stuck out to me was when the Union, when NYCFC had an opportunity, they didn't get it on frame,
It was
except
just
for two
barely
times.
not on frame. Yeah,
I think
Blake
I
did
think
have like two decent saves or a
yeah,
couple saves. Yeah.
yeah. He had a couple of diving saves in this game,
Yeah.
but only not terribly many. But when the Union had their opportunities, like Olaski had an opportunity from outside the box that Freeze made a good save. Vasilev made a shot that would have gone up the
Oh,
corner.
and that would have been a goal of the week goal if
Yeah,
that went in.
both of those from outside the box. Damiani had a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
That one I think actually went wide, but not by a whole lot.
Yeah.
But Aura was just clinical, and this goal, he just finds a couple of yards of space. Does enough to make himself known. Ball gets out to him, and this time when he takes his shot, it goes off of a defender's foot, and
Yep.
this time it goes in, and they don't call it an own goal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. But apparently, I guess Aura can't score without deflecting the ball off a defender.
whatever it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Line them up,
And
let them bounce it off their heads. I don't care, so long as he keeps scoring.
Yeah.
It was power, and it looked like it
Speed.
maybe a wrong-footed freeze because he thought it was going to one side, and then it went
Yeah.
off in a deflection and it went to the near post instead.
mhm.
But wow,
And
wow.
as Eric pointed out, it was also takeoffs and landings. Actually, in this case, landings time. So it
Yes.
was the 40th
You're right.
minute. So
Yep. And that was so Lukic got the assist on that one. Did Lukic assist him in the previous game's goal that he got, or the one goal? I can't remember. Did Lukic get the assist on that one too? I'm going to say yes for now.
let me find out. Please hold.
I can see from folks' face they are quickly doing some interneting to find out. But
Internet sleuthing.
yeah, let's do the swipe
Keep
cut.
talking. Keep talking.
Or maybe a title cut, like.
Bluesky had
Lasky had the assist.
Lasky
Yeah,
had the
okay.
assist.
Well, I take it back. But anyway, yeah, it's just great to see Aura just being kind of the clutch
He's got his
scorer
scoring
here.
boots on at the right time of year for
certainly does.
forward.
Once again, couldn't be happier to be wrong.
I mean, you could argue that two very important goals in the Union's history. Definitely in the season, and certainly you could argue that this goal is definitely going to be a big one in the Union history as the second Supporter Shield winning goal
Yeah.
that they've ever had.
Yeah. And I think last time we won Supporter Shield, it came down to decision day.
It did.
Yeah. And
that I did see.
so this is nice that we can walk into Charlotte with that swagger, like, oh, we got a supporter shield. Do you guys have a supporter shield? No. Oh, okay. We're just gonna set ours over here. Just you can look at it with
I don't know. There's being unlikable, and then there's being that guy. So I don't know if I want that energy.
No, I don't. But
I heard that I can't remember if it was on the one team we agree on or the Free Kick podcast that the Union are the second expansion MLS team to win 2 supporter shields.
Oh,
good heavens.
We joined LAFC.
Oh, LAFC. They've won it twice, huh?
Yeah, I guess the only other multiple winning teams were teams that have been around since MLS was founded, like Chicago or DC.
Wow.
Gosh, that's a stat.
Yeah, somebody dug deep for that one.
Real deep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name that Men in Blazers would always refer to during like World Cup? And he was like someone worked behind the camera, and he always Paul Carr.
Oh, Paul Carr. That's right.
That's
Paul
a Paul Carr
mind.
fact. Paul Carr will blow your mind. Paul Carr blows your mind. Say Paul Carr blows your mind.
That's a deep cut. That's going back to Brazil.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So kind of related to like the LAFC thing, and just we share the same stat with them, I guess, winning 2 supporter shields. The post game interviews were all the interviews were great, but
if you haven't had a chance to watch them, go back and watch them. Go listen to them. The guys were clearly having a good time, and there's definitely some magic in those conversations.
But kind of dovetailing onto this, I think what makes winning this supporter shield that much more special for us is that we don't have a Messi on our team, right? We play this very much team team mentality. It's the whole team. Like we don't have a superstar. Our team is the superstar. But anyway, the post game interview with Bradley after the game. I'm just gonna play the clip. I think this is just
go for it.
This speaks to what we're talking about.
Your first year in Philadelphia. Do you honestly expect this before the season?
I always expect, because I have high standards. These players have high standards. This is a winning team. And it just needed to be refounded, a little bit of the foundations just to be filed off and polished. But man, these guys empty the tank. And we expect these guys are winners. I'm so glad they won today.
Coach, I asked you yesterday, you're about to win the Shield, but nobody talks about Philly. Nobody talks about your players. Why?
Yeah, we're not the superstars. I'm not the super coach. We don't care. We like it this way. We fly under the radar. Yeah, we make mistakes. We grow, we learn, and we move on. And then we're 66 points later.
I just love that. I think that just really encapsulates, kind of the philosophy of the team, right?
It's that underdog mentality. It's like, we're just going to outrun you. We're going to outwork you. We're going to just keep going until there's only one of us standing.
And, I mean, fully ensconced in the Philly approach
ethos.
and mindset.
Yeah,
ethos.
But also too, it's just there's I don't know how to describe it. It's a humility that would just as less of a humility and more of a headbutting in the face. Like there's not this bravado, but we show it on the field. Like I don't think like Zlatan would fit in well with the philosophy of this team. I could be wrong, but I was just hearing Bradley say that, just like, we're not superstars. I'm not a super coach, and it's just like, and I think he was sincere when he said that. I mean,
yeah,
but he is, right. You don't win the supporter shield in MLS when Messi's in the league, when LAFC is bankrolling all these players. Like, you are a super coach. You just you're a coach that does super things. I think that's probably maybe a better way to say it. But yeah.
But again, I think it's good to have it. There's a winning mentality, and then there's a bravado mentality, I guess. I don't know if there's a better word for it, but like there's a big difference.
I think the attitude from the coach and from the team is we're good enough to win, but we're good. We also know we need to work at it.
Yeah.
And they put that work in.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not the, what they once called the gifted kids who just show up and do the work and get the A's and, like they're the kids who have to, put in the work and get the grades, and really earn them.
But I would also say like it's clear that they do it for each other. Like, the coaches, it starts from him and they all picked up on that idea, is that they play for each other and they play, to win for each other. And it's impressive. They do a really good job, finding each other on the field, doing what they can. And it's obviously worked for them this season. And it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. And Paul, go ahead, Chrissy.
I think we've been lucky to have two coaches who are good at fostering healthy team mentalities.
Yeah,
because I think
you're right.
I think Jim had a good environment going too. It wasn't the environment that was working either anymore or however you feel about one feels about that. But definitely right place, right time. He's definitely a more effusive coach. He's out there shouting and emoting left and right. But he definitely seems to appreciate his players. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's going to shout you down unless you have absolutely earned it.
But I think your point as well too, because in the sense of, I appreciate what he said at the end there, how he talked about like this team, this club has these good foundations. Like, he said something about just kind of making not small changes, but like, rounding the corners or edges and stuff like that. So I'm sure what he's probably thinking is like, yeah, this is already a good organization, and we're just kind of tweaking it as we go forward. But like to me, I also interpret that as a little bit of a indirect nod to what Curtin did. It wasn't like, Carnell saying something like, yeah, I came in and took this team and it was in shambles and I totally turned it around. And this is all, thanks to my planning and scheming. It's like, no, I took what we had and just put my little adjustments to it,
Yeah. No, it was a pretty classy response, especially if you think of it in light of that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the other thing I queued up here, Paul, just you were saying about like, the team, working together, that whole thing. There was also another good quote here from Bedoya at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one.
Is this with his bloody nose and mouth?
He was cleaned up at this point, but yeah.
Before the beginning of the season, did you imagine this?
If I'm going to be honest with you, no. But, I think there was always a lot of chatter before the season, obviously, with the way things went last year. But I've always said that this locker room is special. We've created a great culture in here. And so the guys always did believe that we could do something special no matter who comes or who's here. The new coaching staff, reinvigorated the locker room, came in here with a lot of energy and some new ideas and really set the tone from the beginning, from preseason. And I got to give them a lot of credit. Give the new players who came in a lot of credit. This is for sure the deepest team we've had. And I think it just shows the camaraderie. The way we play on the field is a shining example of how things are off the field. In the locker room, like I mentioned, the camaraderie that we have. I'm just so proud of the guys. I feel bad for Quinn, but this is for him as well. He had a hell of a year for us. Big reason why we're in this position. So I'm just so pleased, to win a Supporter Shield is a testament to the work and the dedication, the commitment from all the guys on this team, from top to down, ownership and coaching staff, the technical staff, everybody who's part of this club, the fans are amazing. And so, Supporter Shield is great, and I'm very happy to get that. It's other silverware for the club, but we want to win MLS Cup. I want to win MLS Cup so bad, and so I think we'll celebrate tonight, but the focus is to be on winning the cup.
So yeah, that was another interesting thing. I always appreciate. Well, I mean, it's just funny to hear Ali's take on things. But like, yeah, we're going to celebrate, but this is just one of the pieces of silver we want this season.
Right. I mean, he's made it clear. He said it a couple times that he's looking for MLS Cup.
Yeah,
that's what he wants. And in some of the post game conversations with Ali, he said it. He even said it in the U.S. Soccer podcast that came out today. That's the goal. Supporter Shield's wonderful. Supporter Shield's great. It guarantees them home field advantage. They're going to be playing in front of the home crowd, except for the best of 3 series that opens the playoffs. But yeah, Ali's made it very clear that that's the team's target is MLS Cup.
Yeah.
And actually, most of the interviews, they said job's not done, basically. So even regardless of player, that seemed to come up in most of them. So I thought that was interesting, because I think that must have been a big talking point in their team discussions and briefings and such. And that's was at one time sort of the Supporters Shield. I don't know. There was a feeling that there was sort of a curse around it, I guess. And I say that in the loosest sense possible, not really a curse, but just like, that it could cause a team to take their foot off the gas and, not, kind of take it easy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think the year we won, that was sort of the Supporter Shield. I think that was sort of the feeling, Monday morning quarterbacking how that season ended.
Well, that season had the COVID game where we lost 9 players.
Yes, that is true as well.
Yeah. And we still almost won that game against NYCFC.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But I think there was maybe it was concern going into it and I'm misremembering it, so it could be that too. But
maybe because they had the Supporters Shield, they figured, well, let's go ahead and go to this party, and that's when things went bad.
Yeah.
You're right.
It was a weird time, but so I think that there seems to be a conscious effort to be like, absolutely enjoy this. I'm not going to take this away from you, as evidenced from all the social media,
the social posts
from everybody. They definitely enjoyed it, but it seems like they're trying to recenter themselves. I think it's great that they have a week off to do that.
So 2 things. I don't think I've ever seen in an MLS game a coach get a Gatorade dousing.
I feel like that was the first time too.
I've never seen that, and they got Carnell before the Shield presentation, and they definitely, I'm I haven't ever seen them go into the locker room and have plastic up all over the place and have the champagne and beers out there for the players. Like I don't remember ever seeing that in another MLS team's victory. Now maybe that has happened, and since the Union haven't ever won the MLS Cup. And they didn't, may not have done that at the last time they won the Supporter Shield because of COVID. Maybe that's why we didn't see it. But I just thought both of those things were cool to get to see the team just enjoy the moment, just truly enjoy the moment, but celebrate it in a kind of an American way with that Gatorade dousing and the ski goggles and the champagne and everything else, which I thought was cool.
I mean, Bueno was out there when they were getting ready to hold up the trophy. He already had the goggles on.
Like, did he run back in the locker room and get those?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah.
But I've also never seen them ruin a microphone with Gatorade.
Yeah,
that's true.
After they did that, Carnell went back to try to say something, and that microphone was done.
It was dead.
I kind of wonder if the engineer was like, "Quick, power down, power down."
Yeah, right.
I'm not turning that thing back on. That's $1,000 microphone out there.
Yeah. It's a good question. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the first, whatever dousing of a coach at a MLS game. I can't think of one.
It was a very American football kind of thing,
that's totally fine by me.
Yeah, which was very cute because they were all so into it, and it was a whole bunch of non-Americans doing it, which was really cute. So
I know. Bluesky was pretty excited by it.
Had Holden Trent's
uniform
there, his jersey hanging up. Apparently Harry brought it out to remember him and make him part of it. That was really cool to see. Obviously
he also wore Holden Trent's college jersey to come to the game. You know how they take pictures of them in their outfits and stuff. He had Holden's college jersey.
That's cool.
Nice. That's what he was wearing to arrive. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah, Christy caught that on the jersey hanging over the sign there. And
that is really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Obviously it would have been cool to see Quinn out there with them and Frankie is being away in Chile. I did hear that apparently he called in, was talking with some of the guys in the locker room while they were celebrating. So
he
got a little bit of it vicariously. I'm sure that they're all like, "Don't worry, we're saving a bottle for when we win the MLS Cup." Although I don't know if Frankie's old enough to drink.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna say yes, but we'll find out.
I'm gonna say no.
All right.
But yeah, it was nice to see though when they were all taking their turns raising the supporter shield that Quinn was out there for that, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, good.
He was.
In fact, I remember, it's kind of the natural flow of things. Like it was Ali and Andre or Blake and Glesnes was right there off to the side, but they were the first ones to lift the shield. Right, everyone's going crazy, and then it's going down the line. Everyone's taking turns, and crowd's kind of waxing and waning in their the response, but enthusiasm. But by the time it got back to the other end, and Quinn was there, everyone just got all pumped up again when he got to lift it.
Rafa was out there too. He was in his jersey and khakis kind of combo because clearly he wasn't. I guess he must be injured too.
Yeah,
or just knew he wasn't going to be playing. But
so you think they were they had to fill Cavan in on all the celebrations that happened that he was not legally allowed to attend?
So the question is, was he there? Just nobody took pictures, or?
I think our legal team is telling us Cavan was not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah, I'm going to step on your foot and tell you that Cavan Sullivan was not there.
Have him turn around so he can have deniability.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun. how long was the crowd screaming and yelling in the stadium? It was cool that they got to parade the shield around. I'm hoping that it was still pretty well packed when they were doing all of that.
Nobody left before. Well, okay. There were a few people of questionable moral character who left.
NYCFC fans we're talking
No,
about, right?
no, no. Who left about 5 minutes before the final whistle.
I
And
like
I
to
was like, you're out of your mind. I mean, I hope either they had
like little
small
kids who get
children
home. Exactly.
or gastrointestinal distress. One of
Yeah.
the two.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much the two reasons. I'm being silly, but like, yeah, I was wondering at their life choices, but yeah, most of the rest of the people were there they weren't going anywhere and they were on their feet by that point. Like nobody
Yeah.
was really sitting
Awesome.
down. So I think, once it started getting down the line, they went through the whole ceremony. Everybody was there for that, lifting the trophy. And then once it started getting to like the person from the PR office holding up the trophy, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
it was a little bit, but people were still hanging out for a long time. The team was not leaving the field for the
Yeah,
longest
that's
time.
awesome.
Oh, they were
They
out
were
there.
busy dousing each other with things. I do have a video, a very zoomed in, somewhat grainy video of Ty
This is awesome.
dousing Lukic as Lukic was just sort of sitting there on the field,
Yeah.
staring off into space, and Ty sneaking up on him and just pouring a full bottle of champagne on him, and even
Right
like
on.
pulling his jersey back to get it down his back, and like the whole thing.
Can we put that up on Instagram?
Well, I'm sure we can.
Yeah, we should put that up there. It was just
I was just waiting to see what we
yeah.
wanted to do for this week, so that might
Yeah.
be the image. But um,
I know Aura came over. There were a bunch of mostly younger kids there on the sideline. He kind of came over, hopped the digital marquees and started, signing things and high-fiving people and stuff like that.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
And they didn't necessarily carry the shield around the stadium, but they
Right.
kind of did like that sideways gallop lap and clap
Yeah.
kind of thing. So
Mhm,
and it was a big night for pyrotechnics too. There were,
Yeah.
there were a lot of explosions and
They spent a lot on the explosions, huh?
Yeah.
yeah. There was a guy with what looked like a mini soundboard, and I'm pretty sure he was the pyro guy, but I'm not
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's
Yeah.
like, what's his name from Tropic Thunder?
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
the
There
4th
was
of July.
Mhm. Very
Um,
much that kind of thing.
hey, how did Sugarman's speech come through on television? Because I'm curious because
I mean, I could hear him.
Okay.
It was fine. It wasn't, it was fine.
Yeah.
Could you hear the crowd that you
Why?
recall?
No, I don't.
Straight up boos.
Straight
all
up boos
around.
when they
All
announced them.
around. Yeah. Which, I mean, we were sitting there like, okay, I get it, sort of, but also, hi,
We
look
just
at this
freaking won.
season.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You gotta, right
Like-
or wrong, he delivered so far.
I mean, I don't have to, you don't have to be a fan of the guy. It's
No.
fine. It's fine.
Right.
Like and he is personality wise, he's not setting the world on fire from what I could see, but like,
Yeah.
felt a little bad for him because it
I-
is a little bit like, what else? Like, actually, I'm quoting you when I say this, E, but it's like, what else does he have to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Come over, shovel your driveway. Like,
Yeah.
and I felt like he was on the back foot. Like, as he's getting the mic, he's just getting booed and he's trying to be like,
Yay.
what's up, Philadelphia? But they were literally just booing at you. And so, like, how can you spin that to be like,
Yeah.
I almost expected like that movie, like microphone feedback, kind of like, awkward moment.
Yeah.
And he's struggling with the mic and kind of umming and eyeing. And it just felt like he was on the losing end of that whole exchange. But the other funny part too is we're watching like the clips from, afterwards, like, you can even see, like, I think it's in Ali's interview. It's like, you just see Sugarman walking around the background, like no one's talking to him. It's like that sad Keanu meme. It's like it's like sad Sugarman, like no one's there to talk to him.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of felt bad for him, but I don't know. He's done some questionable things too. I'm still salty about putting
that's the
luxury
thing.
seats in front of the Sons of Ben. I think that's a
Oh
tacky
yeah,
move.
that's a weird.
I don't like that. I almost felt like that was some kind of retribution or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just weird. So, and Scoops was writing to me like, well, he's not much of a speaker, is he? Okay. All right. Nope. I won't even get into all the politics, but yeah.
It's more of a
Yeah, but you
guy.
still kind of feel bad that the fans would kind of give him a boo or two and then move on would have been something. But to continuously do it,
maybe a cursory clap. No, I mean they did let him speak.
Yeah.
They didn't boo throughout the whole thing, but it was a resounding chorus of boos when they announced him up until the time he started speaking, and then they let him speak, and it was sort of like, okay, bye.
Okay, thank you, goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Although you were saying, not exactly the warmest whatever, and as a presenter, Ernst Tanner is also not that great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's
at least he was short.
Yeah.
That's
just reminds me of Statler and Waldorf in Muppet Christmas Carol. It was pointless. It was short. Blah blah blah. But it was short. We loved it.
Yeah, exactly. When I think of the other, like, Super Bowl or whatever, whenever the owner gets up, it's always, almost always sort of like dead air for a while until they get to the coach.
It's because they're not used to talking to that many people in one time. And I just always remember when I had to write the best man speech for your wedding. I actually brought in a friend of ours, Helen, to help me out with it because she's done a lot of public speaking. And she's like, the best thing you can do is keep it short.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you have to say, definitely make sure you say everything you need to say, but then stop. Just stop. You're targeting, a minute and a half, maybe, if you really have a great story, 2 minutes, but keep it short. And I think as an owner, you just kind of, you've put the money up. You've definitely had your investment. It's been a wild ride. You've made some really good business decisions, but nobody really wants to hear that.
Yeah.
No.
The fans are there for the athletes. The fans are there for the team. The fans are there to see this trophy. So the best thing you can do is just, thank everybody for showing up and supporting the team. Thank the general manager for doing all the, general manager and the coach for all the hard work that they put in all season. Thank the players for all they've sacrificed for the city, and then hand the microphone off and get out of the way.
Yeah.
If he had really thought about it, I think he could have engaged someone like a Helen, who that would have been, and used it as a brief opportunity to start turning things around for himself.
Yeah.
He could have gotten away with ChatGPT if he really didn't have anybody to go to.
No, but I just mean like he could have said something either just a little self-deprecating and a little bit like, I don't know. There are some series of words that he could have said that would have started a comeback tour for Sugarman, and he missed a big boat there.
That's very true. He missed an opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just
maybe if he hears this, he'll make plans for if possibly, maybe, hopefully, there's another celebration in the next couple of months. Hire a writer.
Well, here, let's make it happen.
Should I lose faith in him real quick?
Yeah.
It's my new superpower.
We're all just playing for second right now. That's the winner right there.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke about how Damiani, when he's done listening to this episode, should pass it on to Sugarman. But no, you got... Christy, you have the floor. What would that superhero costume look like?
I mean, it's a mic drop, right? I mean, that's what you have to. Your superhero name would have to be Mic Drop.
Mic Drop.
I don't know. I'll have to work on that.
Yeah, that was
maybe
brilliant.
that'll be next episode.
That was brilliant.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So
how do we get? Yeah.
So we still have to finish the season.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. The season's not even
Apparently.
over. Yeah.
I mean, does it? Can I ask you guys help me out? Does this matter now?
Charlotte? No, we can.
Not. I mean,
yeah, I mean, now we're
anything?
just trying to see how many points if we can get to 69 in the
Okay.
season, but I don't think it's going to set a record if
Nice.
if
I know.
I couldn't help it.
It would be a Philly result,
Right
though.
there.
How many
Yeah,
points you get this
right.
season? 69, dude.
Right.
You know?
well, it's okay. If they tie, they'll be 67, which I know you guys, 6-7 is a big
Oh,
thing.
that's a whole thing now. I'll explain to you later.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. It's an internet
So
thing.
yeah, I mean, in effect, this Charlotte game has no impact on the Union's season, but Charlotte is still playing for position in the standings, because right now I believe they're tied with points with New York City, but they have the advantage in the tiebreaker. There's actually an outside chance if Miami were to lose both of their games and Charlotte wins against the Union, that they'd end up with both those teams would end up with 59 points. So Charlotte is still have something to play for, and they're playing at home. Charlotte's not going to want to get embarrassed in front of their home fans.
Yeah.
They're going to play for it.
Sure.
Similarly to this last game, it is effectively a playoff game. These are two top teams in the East that are going to be in the playoffs, and they're facing each other now. So it's not nothing. That said, win, lose, draw, all it is points or no points for the Union.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess with that said, I mean, what are you hoping for out of this game?
A healthy lineup at the end of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I think that's the most important thing. I mean, it'd be nice to win and just to kind of finish strong, but the health is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And I would like us to stay attacking, keep that attacking soccer going. Whoever it is that's running up top, get some shots, put them on frame. Whoever's running behind them, make those passes, make those late runs, turn somethings into nothings, or turn nothings into somethings, and just keep finding ways to putting yourselves in good positions to take some good shots.
Yeah.
But overall, stay healthy and get some time on the non-starter legs would be good. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Now it's going to be interesting because,
Agreed,
like we said,
in a word, is good.
No, agreed.
Oh, agreed.
Agreed.
now it is interesting though because it is an international break, so there is this weekend coming up that they're off, and then they have this one game and this decision day game, and then they go into a 3-game first round matchup against whoever.
Right.
I forget how that all works. I know right now it looks like Columbus and Chicago are playing for the play-in game, and then whoever wins that play-in game will play the Union.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering if Carnell's going to pay one of the other teams to come down and play against the Union before them, just to keep them fresh.
Yeah.
Try to keep them fresh, but I doubt any of the MLS teams would do that.
No.
But we'll see.
But I think that's kind of our two main challenges now from today until the playoffs start. One, no injuries. Let's get everybody healthy. And two, as you're saying, Paul, keep that rhythm going. Like, we can't slow down we got to keep the flow going, whatever we need to do to kind of carry us through these next couple of weeks.
And we have some very key people away for this international, so that's a bit concerning too.
Sure, right, yeah. Well,
I'm not sure. I think they're back before the Charlotte game.
But I just mean in terms of potential injury.
So let's go through that. And we did mention that. Who's away?
Bueno for Venezuela.
Yep.
Blake for Jamaica, which is always nervous making.
Yeah.
Stanley for Haiti, and Ty for Israel, which, as we know, that was a bit of a problem last time, transportation-wise.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Not transportation, but I guess just
travel-wise.
Yeah, travel.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, hopefully Yeah. Not a thing, not a problem, hopefully. But
Stay healthy, guys.
stay
Play hard,
healthy.
but stay healthy.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and Frankie Westfield, by the way, long ago question. He is not 21. He's 19.
Sweet.
And I am
I would
100.
have won a cup of coffee on that one.
No, I didn't bet one. So,
But not a non-alcoholic beverage.
so yeah. So, I think health for the next couple of weeks is paramount.
Paramount, yeah. That's
Through
going to be the
Health and
coming up.
activity.
yeah.
Keep the legs warm, so we can hit the ground running against whoever it is that we play in the first round of the playoffs.
So the first round of playoffs, that's the 3-game series, and then after that, it's single elimination.
Yes.
So as long as we get through that, we are home. As long as we're in the playoffs.
Yes.
So,
and we have 2 of those 3 games are slated for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We only play 3. I think the way it works is it's 3 games. Whoever wins 2 moves on.
Right.
So if the Union were to win home and away, then there is no third game.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah.
I feel like whoever designed the MLS playoffs also designed the Hunger Games. Like, how Byzantine can we make this?
I guess the thinking is that way every team that makes the playoff gets at least 1 home game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah.
Because they change it every year.
They do. They I mean they do absolutely.
They have a big wheel in the office, and they just.
This year it's round robin. Okay, so everyone's going to play each other.
Pretty much, and the whole thing is going to go till December.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure. And like the year that we played in the final, I know that was November.
Yeah,
I know that was mid-November because back in the day they used to really drag it out till December, and we were grateful when that stopped because it would get to the point where you couldn't remember who was playing anymore.
Yeah, right.
Especially since it wasn't usually the Union. But
I'm pretty sure MLS final this year is December 6th.
Holy cow! God. How are they stretching this out? I mean, we'll see it. They don't have the schedule. I haven't seen the schedule.
Again in February.
They have the bracket set up, but everything's all TBA or whatever schedule wise.
Yeah, I know it's in December. I shouldn't say I know, but I'm fairly confident it's in December. I remember one of the commentators sort of running through the rubric, and I didn't catch all of it, but I did hear like ending in December with the final. But
yeah, it's December 6th is the final.
Really, that is just so
silly.
That's so unnecessary. I mean, gosh, they'll do it. I mean, the World Cup will play all their group stages within a month, and that's 32 teams. And you're telling me MLS can't run their playoffs in that same window?
I would like to hear what their rationale is, because at this point it's not. I don't know. I mean, it's not like you're building up some sort of audience that isn't already subscribed to MLS on Apple, so it's not even like some kind of let's get some organic traffic from who stumble on it, because I feel like watching soccer on Fox Sports or whatever. So I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I think I've said this the last 2 years that the playoffs don't make any sense to me. So
yeah.
There's really no but I don't know. Interestingly, I know a lot of people complain about us having a playoff system instead of a more pure, just sort of have enough points and you win kind of thing, like a lot of maybe most of other leagues have.
Most leagues do.
But it's interesting because I was talking to a friend and coworker when I was away last week, and he was saying he actually prefers that they have playoffs. I guess it's just the American, it's more exciting that way thing. I'm not sure. We didn't really get to dissect that, but not everybody hates it.
I kind of like the second season. I like the playoff thing.
Yeah.
Because like when.
Do you think it negates a lot of the actual season?
It's a little bit of apples and oranges, right? Because I mean, essentially, the Supporter Shield is the league champion by any other league's metrics, right? Because that's it. You got the best record. Congratulations, you win.
Yeah.
But there is something nice about I mean, even with the World Cup, it comes down to the final. And it's, doesn't matter how you got there, you're now there. You win this game, you take home the silverware. It's a nice, salt and sugar. It's a nice, yin and yang. I don't know. It's in some respects, I think some people would argue the supporter shield is probably the more valuable,
the more impactful.
Yeah. I mean, that shows that your team could go the distance for the entire season and come out on top. But once you go into the playoffs, all you have to do is be the team that can win 4 games. That's it. That's all you got to do. Win 4 games, you get to bring home this trophy. And yet, I almost feel like they should have like if the MLS Cup winners get to put a star in their jersey, I feel like if you're a supporter shield winner, you get to put, I don't know, a little circle shield somewhere. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's legit. It's basically like we couldn't decide, so we have both.
It's the yes and of professional sports trophies and
I guess that you could make the argument that the cup then is you have gone through a whole season and then also
true
succeeded to win this capping off tournament. So
I
don't know. I'm sure you could argue it a bunch of different ways. Yeah.
And it's not like baseball where, they then, after they have the 164 game season, they go into, 3-game wild cards, 5-game divisional series, 7-game championship series, followed by a 7-game World Series. Like soccer, you can't play 7 games against the same team. You would die. Like, the players, like the last game would be utterly pointless. They would hardly be able to walk, much less run. So it's not like you can do it like baseball does. So I kind of feel like I get the appeal of an end of season tournament, but I do feel like it kind of cheapens this is my personal opinion. I do feel like it kind of cheapens the season result.
Yeah.
Like at least in American football, it's 16 games. That's the season. You're playing for position for the playoffs. That's essentially what the season turns into.
Yeah. I got
if we're going to play a season to position ourselves for an end of season tournament, 34 games is a lot of games to put on people's legs.
Yeah.
Just my opinion, the opinion stated by this commentator or this commentator's opinions only, and do not represent the opinions of amorephillyunion.
No, I don't necessarily disagree. It's just, I think I'm still formulating, but, I've just seen a lot of chatter about, people not liking it, people liking it, blah, blah, blah. So
now that said, the pageantry of a big game like a Super Bowl or an MLS Cup or Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. I'm not a basketball fan, but I'm sure that the last game of the NBA Finals is got some pomp and circumstance around it too. Like just the production level of a Super Bowl done in with soccer. I mean, they've tried it a little bit with MLS Cup. Like that can be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it can be a lot of fun.
I think it's a shame there isn't something like that for Supporter Shield too. I mean, there is.
Yes.
They did the celebration, but it, it's not like the whole will they win? Like the whole does, like you say, pomp and circumstance around it. But I think that's because it falls when it falls. They can't,
and they never know.
That's right. So it could have been this game. It could have been the one in Charlotte. It could have been if things had played out differently.
It could have been a different team.
Yeah.
Like they don't know. They can't have the halftime show for the Supporters Shield winning game.
Right.
Like they can for the end of playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't that be nice if they did that for the US Open Cup?
Yeah.
Bang that drum a little bit more.
Yeah.
Or at least a couple light taps.
Just
shave and a haircut.
2 bits.
Well, here's another question that's kind of been floating around in my head. So we finished with the Supporter Shield, and we're going into the playoffs. This is kind of a little bit of deja vu for Carnell, right? Because they won the West. He won the West, so it wasn't Supporter Shield, but sitting at the top of the West, going in And I think at the time I think that was single elimination because
No,
was that
maybe.
I thought it was single elimination that year. And
No, I think it was this 3-game approach, but they lost both games. And
okay, that's
they
what it was.
Lost in Kansas City.
Then they had lost in Kansas City to Kansas City, yeah.
That's smart.
And that's, yeah.
Sorry, Jim. Sorry, Mel.
So I'm curious, like, what do you guys think Carnell's might be like? Is this the exercising of demons? Is this kind of like, now I have the team that I know I can.
So did you listen to all of the interview with Carnell? Todd from the Free Kick podcast had a clip on his episode on Sunday. The one interviewer asked Carnell, or started to ask Carnell about St. Louis, and Carnell basically said, "We're done," and walked away. Wow. He wouldn't talk about St. Louis.
Wow.
I don't think he's trying to, say that it never happened or disregard what happened to him but he's moved beyond it.
Yeah.
Like he's no longer that same coach. He's no longer that same person. This is not the same team. I don't think he's exercising demons. I think he has fully, healed or whatever you want to call it, and has moved on and is not even considering it anymore.
Yeah.
And he's in a good place. He has a good crew, a good team around him. I don't think he's thinking about that. Now,
I hope that's true. And that sounds like, we can't assume that it's not the same situation. So, I know the parallels are uncanny, but like, it's not the same situation. My only concern is, does he protest too much? Since if he, doesn't want to talk about it and doesn't want, like, is it that, no, it doesn't bother me. Next question kind of thing, like, I don't know, it's actually a little worrisome if he was a little bit short about it.
I know, I could see he's got that very, like, hearing in his interviews, he's very direct and pragmatic. I almost see him being like, I'm just not even thinking about that. So
true.
I'm like literally not even letting that thought come into my head.
All of those are possible reads. I'm reading it as I'm choosing to see it as Carnell has put it behind him. He's in a better place. He's got a different team, and he's a different coach. We'll see. We won't know until the ball hits the ground and they actually play the games.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all talking a lot of rot. We don't really know.
Yep.
But peek behind the curtain, guys. We don't know what's going to happen. But
sorry to burst your bubble.
In case you thought my crystal ball was working. But yeah, no, it's. I was just sort of devil's advocating. I don't really know at all.
Yeah.
It could go either way, but I think it's a healthy way to approach it in the sense of like there is no reason to dwell on that.
Yeah.
It was, it looks very similar from the outside, but it's two different things. I think that's probably very true.
Yeah. To borrow from, NASA and like the Martian, work the problem. And,
Okay, wait, is that the Martian or is that Apollo 13?
I think it's, I thought they talked about it.
It's set in the Martian. It's what they do in Apollo 13. Is that sort of?
So both those were disaster movies. Okay, maybe we'll just.
Yeah, maybe we should.
He actually uses that phrase. Does he? At the end of the Martian, talking to the class.
Yeah,
it's like you identify the problem and then you work the problem and you find a solution. And if you're good, you solve that one and you solve the next one and you solve enough problems until you all go home.
And you get to come home. Exactly. Yeah. So we solve enough problems and we get to bring MLS Cup home. Let's do it. Do it.
I need to get somebody on here who quotes movies that I have memorized.
Which would be
Heathers, which probably doesn't really resonate here. So, but yeah, I've seen that many times.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Should do
so if you've seen Heathers and you would like to come on the podcast, we've got an international break coming up, and we would love to have you join us.
Yeah.
To keep C company.
That or like Sense and Sensibilities, and the Colin Firth one.
Don't have it memorized though. Just seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just watches that one in silent when he. Isn't there a wet shirt scene in that one?
There is a wet shirt scene in that one. Yeah. Yeah, that is no longer the preferred version. Apparently, the 2005 version is now the millennial.
So maybe we just have a watch party next time. I don't know. We'll see. C picks the movie. We all sit and watch.
Find something inspiring, I guess. Huh?
We should partner with the one team we agree on and just see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think Kyle will be up for that? Fans.
He might. All right.
Also, now this is at the tail end, just want to give a special shout out to what I call the friend of the podcast. We ran into Dan at the Nate's friend. So Dan, it was great seeing you. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
Hopefully we see you soon at another winning
victory
Union match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So. All right. Anything else?
Go Union? No, sorry, that's too early.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
late.
sing yet.
Yeah. Well, if you have any particular genres, movies, and stuff like that you want to share with us, in addition to soccer, feel free. You can reach us at our website, amorephillyunion.com. Send us questions via emails or on socials, especially Instagram. We'll be happy to get back to you. I know we're going to be putting up some more surveys. I thought of a couple during our conversation today, so
Yeah, despite you guys suggesting I do that after Supporters Cup, the Supporters Cup victory, I fell down on the job and was a little too excited, just living on Instagram and making Ale's bloody nose picture my background on my phone. So sorry, fell down on the pole job there, but we'll work on that this week.
We'll go next week.
Yeah.
But yes, you can send us an email. You can email us at pod@amorephillyunion.com. On Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Bluesky, we are a More Philly Union. We have our ever-growing Spotify playlist, aka the official soundtrack to a More Philly Union. Just look for us on Spotify. Look for the one with the little music notes on it.
Or in our link tree.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If you want some More Philly Union swag, you can be sure to check out our online store. You can go to our website or you can visit our link tree to get the link. Be sure to download and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. And while you're at it, go show some love to one of our favorite forces for good in the world, the Philadelphia Union Foundation. You can check them out at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. So thanks, everyone, for tuning into another episode of A More Philly Union. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm Paul. Go Union! And go Phils, go Birds!
Do you have a fun story from my flight back from Dallas on Friday? It was Southwest, so they try to do cute little things. And they just announced that we were starting to land, and
in Philly,
yeah. And the flight attendant got on and said, "Cowboys fans, can you make some noise for me real quick?" Dead silence. Full dead silence on the flight. And she's like, "Okay, just making sure you're paying attention." I was like, I don't know that there are no Cowboys fans on this, but they know enough not to open their mouths.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
If they want to get to where they're going, they keep their mouths closed.
Right.